You know, I think that the term cord cutting is a little bit of a misnomer, as the previous segment said, is that I think that what's happening is that I view it as sort of the redefinition of the bundle, right? Cable was a very large bundle that
hundreds of channels,
managed to be held together by a few sort of tent poles for a long time. And, you know, last week with the announcements from HBO, with CBS, with ESPN starting to move those and other sports leagues starting to go direct, you could see that I think that the movement is now to redefine the bundle, right?
Right.
Because HBO is a bundle, right? And Netflix is a bundle. And so what we're seeing as a first sort of transition.
What do you mean HBO is a bundle?
Well, it's a bundle of media, it's a bundle of content.
Okay.
And I think that if you're going to pay direct for HBO, there's somewhere between 10 and 12 million people who are now cord cutters, the real cutters. And if those people are going to want to get HBO, they're going to be able to get it for about $15 a month. But then you begin.
Does that sound reasonable to you, by the way?
You know, I think the price points feel high right now.
Don't they?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought
Netflix,
$15 for HBO. It's a lot of money.
It feels like the breadth of Netflix. I mean, HBO, you clearly have the quality.
Right.
But Netflix has the breadth, and that's, you know, sub $10. And then CBS supposedly about $7. So you can suddenly see how, you know, your new bundle, your bundle, Betty's bundle.
Right, your personalized bundle.
Starts to get big.
Right, it could be a whole lot more than that. You know, Steve Burke, who is the CEO of NBC Universal, so he's become one of the first of these sort of old media executives to come out and say, why are we even doing this? And you know, he said something on his conference call the other day where he said, quote, it's going to be a challenge for them, he's talking about HBO, you know, Time Warner, for them not to cannibalize what is already a really, really good business. Question, of course, is, can they help it? I mean, the tide is kind of turning against them anyway, right?
The tide is turning. I mean, the other piece to this that wasn't mentioned is the massive swing in mobile video viewing, right? And so we talked about the tablet a little bit, and you talk about mobile video viewing. You look at the iPhone 6 Plus, a phablet, which you can watch. And comfortably watch. You know, the data's a little bit hard to get here. I would love to see data on how many people are actually watching primary video on their tablets, on their phone, in the home over Wi-Fi. Because I think in some cases, that second screen is actually becoming the first screen. Because of the mobility around the home. I can go watch it wherever I want. I can go
in which case the cable companies wouldn't have to worry about this, right?
Well, in which case the cable companies would still be delivering broadband service.
Right, exactly.
But they're not going to be able to keep up with the multi-use cases that the technology and mobility provides. It's all going to go through Wi-Fi, therefore over the top, therefore the bundle gets redefined.
But the other issue that we haven't touched upon, John, yet is the advertisers, right? Because the advertisers still see, though, that television is the only platform right now where you can gather tens of millions of eyeballs in one place. There hasn't been any other place on digital where you can still do that, where you're able to do that.
I think that's changing. You know, if you talk to on the ad sales side, so they're going to be selling, but if you talk to the Facebook guys and the team who's in charge of what they're doing with video ads now, they refer to it as an Olympics or as a World Cup every day, because they manage to get that kind of volume and those kind of impressions across the Facebook network. They have 1 billion people who are looking at that stream. And when I said earlier, I think this first phase is this rebundling. I think the next phase is then the bundling into these other streams, right? So Facebook is going to become, Twitter's going to become, Tumblr's going to become, BuzzFeed, Vice, all these big companies, new kinds of media companies are going to be re-aggregating the video and charging for it too.
All right, John, thank you so much for joining us. John Borthwick, the CEO of Betaworks.